till my laptop catches up with my phone. How are you, friends? Did you have a good weekend? Are you enjoying your summer? I can't believe that it's this close to done. It's crazy, but I hope you are having a fabulous Sunday. Oops. I muted that. I even made it. A second. I muted that. I did it on purpose and it still came up. 100 degrees in Missouri. Holy hot, Hannah. I haven't been outside, so I have no clue. I have no clue what the weather's like because I work, no matter what, right? That's what I'm doing, working. But really excited. I've been working on the paper story album and layouts. And friends, let's give you like little peeks at some things. We're going to talk today too, because I go live tomorrow with a Halloween story. And I'm going to tell you that if you didn't do it, you are going to want extra of a paper story, because you do know that it will match your Halloween stuff. So you will get more bang for your buck. But I have to show you, I've been putting stuff together for the album. The bones of the album are done. So the whole album is done, and I'm going to tell you something. So let me give you some little peekers. See, my cover is all ready to go on. But I have to say, you probably think it's going to be dark, right? That it's a dark collection. It's really not. It is so fantabulous, and I've started the album. This is not where it's going to end, but oh my goodness, it's going to be so good. And like, just to give you an idea, like there, I've embellished that page. It's not as dark as you think it's going to be. And this album from 49 and Market inks so beautifully. But look, it is going to be so beautiful. So you definitely, if you haven't jumped on a paper story, you're going to want to get it. And one of the questions was, is what we're doing today from the scraps? No, it's not, because not everybody buys the kit. So I always say, if you love the collection, you want to buy the kit, and then you want to buy extras if you're going to want to do what the design team is going to inspire you. They have tons of beautiful projects coming. And then when I do these lives, there's not much left. That's all I want to say. There's not much left, because I'm going to be embellishing the heck out of it. But I wanted to show you like things that what makes this collection. Look at. So it's not done, but oh my goodness. Do you understand how fun this collection is going to be? Oh my goodness, look at the crown. So I just think I don't think it's like anything I've done before. I think that there's things in this that you will love because it is very Vicki. But look at this one's not done yet either. Oh my goodness. It's going to be so good. And then I put together, look. Do you remember that in the laser cuts, we have these guys that you can, so for sure this is going my album so we can move it. But oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? Hi, Valerie, I just texted you. Look how fun. So I have been putting things together and putting the bones, like, so all the pages of the album are done now. Lots are question, are there any dies in the Halloween collection? Yes. There's a Stampin' die set and a standalone die set. So yes, there are. And I'm going to be offering you guys soon a deal on the Sizzix Big Shot and the Sizzix Sidekick. So I just got to get that organized, but I can have it drop shipped from Sizzix. So I am going to do a deal because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to start loving the idea of die cutting, but maybe you don't have the tools. So I feel like I am happy to offer you a super deal on the die cutting machine so that you can partake in the dies when they come out in the stamps. Because I do stamps and dies are just a little different, because mine Could you use for card making? Yes, but I'm not motivated firstly as a card maker. I'm motivated as a maker, a general maker. I like my stamps and dies to be something you could use with lots of different things. So you could still make cards with it 100%. I'm going to do down the road a sentiment set because I would rather it be like, I want the stuff to have longevity, if that makes sense. Stamps, dies, stencils are investment and tool things. So I want you to not have like a one and done use. And the new Big Shot is freaking amazing. So I'm going to do a deal with the magnetic plate. Like I'm going to do a bundle for that. It's going to be coming up probably the end of the month because I have a new Sizzix release coming out for the holidays, and it's going to be question. I'm all about the Halloween. Just a second. I'm all about the Halloween collection. When I ordered the class kit from you, will you get everything I need? Okay. So let's talk about a few things. Today, I went to a wedding with my children. Riley's best friend and my other son, because I freaking love the kid, got married. And this is a picture I'm going to scrapbook today. I felt pretty for an old bag. I had a nice dress on. I did post a picture of it in the group, just kind of quietly in there, but I will. I was feeling myself. I was feeling pretty good in my sausage casing, strapless bra, and my one-shouldered dress. And we had fun. We danced. Love my kids. Love seeing like the first of our children, our friends and everything get married. It was kind of, I bawled, I cried a lot, and they all made fun of me. They're like, his younger brother, KJ, Kersey's younger brother, said to me, did you cry? I'm like, dude, of course I cried. I cried as soon as I, the two of them walked down the aisle. I'm like, I was a snotty mess. It's just who I am. I cried. So anyway, I digress. Let's talk about some things. So I feel like a lot of you guys that are here, let's answer questions about Halloween because it's coming out tomorrow. So this is a collection. It's not a normal release. It's a collection pack. So you get 2 sheets of each paper. You will get a sticker, I think 2 die cuts and a laser cut. There's some kind of combo like that. I don't remember. I haven't looked at it recently. You will get, so the class kit. So this is different though, okay? So rewind. These are free classes. They will be posted on YouTube as free classes. There will not be a Facebook group. It's just kind of like if you buy the kit, it's like going shopping, but you get full education to support your purchase. So it's not like a traditional weekend event. It's smaller. The price is priced accordingly, I guess. So when I say class kit, this is different, okay? There's going to be a bundle. There's going to be a class kit. The reason I separated it into 2 is because some people don't want the dies, and that's the only thing, the stamps and dies, that will separate the 2. But because this isn't a traditional class kit, I will still use the stamps and dies because for the people who have bought the bundle, I'm going to show ways to use it. Do you have to use them? No. But I'm going to use them because I don't want to be limited to what I can do in my free class. Does that make sense? So tell me if that makes sense or how I can clarify that, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. So the bundle will be everything. The bundle will be everything that's released. The class kit will be everything except for the 2 die sets and the 1 stamp set. And then there will be limited open stock. And I'm going to tell you now, I was nervous and I did not order deep. I do not feel like this will stick around for long. It doesn't mean well, I shouldn't say anything because I never know. You guys are crazy and it could sell out tomorrow. I don't know. But I wouldn't say it's going to sell out that fast, but it's not going to be a collection that's around for a long time because it's Halloween. I want to sell through and move on to the next thing. So bundles will be 10% off. You get everything 10% off. And Greta told me the pricing. I mean, it's very reasonably priced because it's a collection pack, 1 ephemera pack, a set of stencils, a stamp, and 2 dies, and the album. So I try to keep it like, I'm trying to keep, so there's all different price points. You can make from that everything. it's going to be a small layout class, and it's going to be a small album class, and you'll see all of it tomorrow, okay? There will be limited open stock because in my, I'm learning, right? And so some of it, right, when I put the orders in, I probably should have ordered more, but I didn't know, and I'm nervous because I have to put the money all up front for all of this. And I'm like, well, what if people aren't interested? I don't know. But gauging how Halloween did last year, I think it's going to do exceptionally well. And I'll see, I see your question, Jill. I'll finish so I don't lose my train of thought, and then I'll go back through and answer any questions. So with that being said, the album is a smaller 6x8 album. It's a new one from 49 and Market. It's black. It's going to be fun. And I'm just telling you, this pretty much in the next 3 weeks, my life is going to be absolute chaos, if it hasn't been already. Because I leave for California, I come back, I teach all the classes. I teach Halloween, and I teach, Halloween is going to be Thanksgiving weekend for Canadians. Sorry, friends, but I'm not home. So it's recorded. You don't have to do it live. But we switched it up, and the layout class is going to be on the Friday, and then the album class is going to be on the Saturday on my anniversary, right? And then the weekend prior to that is going to be a paper story. And like I said, as soon as I get that done and I flip through it, some of you guys that are on the fence, I think are going to change your mind. And we're going to be using a lot of paper story outside the class kit for my Friday nights and for any lives that I'm doing, because it's the only collection now that I have, right? So I'm going to look at a whole bunch of your stuff, your questions. I think that answered everything. So I'm just telling you, I'm gone for a month. I leave for a cruise for Canada and New England. I'm home for one day, and then I leave for Australia. For some of you guys that are going to be cruising with me to Canada, New England, I will have the Facebook group open tomorrow for that. I will have them send out a email regarding that as well, so that you guys can get in there and I can answer any questions regarding that. I also, with Melissa, we just banged out something brand new that will be releasing in probably November. But you guys that are doing any of those classes, so if you're on the cruise with me, if you're in Australia, and if you are at the land class, we are going to be using for those classes a paper story and Sunset Beach Club, but I'm going to be adding this brand new thing that I've done. So I'm just telling you, I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed with what's coming. It's very good. It's very good. It's very fun. And Christmas, they just sent me, so Christmas is shipping from overseas. So that is going to go up in September, right? When will Halloween start? So we're putting it up for sale tomorrow. Halloween, a Halloween story will go up for sale tomorrow at 8. I think it's 8 p.m. I think that's what I sent in the newsletter, 8 p.m. I will be going live with it at 7:30, so you get a peek of it, and then it will go up at 8 on vickybooten.com. Christmas is going to come out in September, and again, it is limited. I didn't go deep on those two. This is a hard time of year. A lot of people, I don't feel like shoppers shop as much this time of year. So, with a paper story, I feel like I need to promote that more because we've sold it very well, but then I haven't talked about it at all. So then it just, has dwindled off. But what I feel like when I do the walkthrough of the album, when I show you the layouts, it's so pretty. So I think let's flip the camera because we're going to make a layout today. But I wanted to show you, I am so excited with a paper story because I just got to start working with it. And like I said, the whole bones, all the bones of the album are done. And now I'm at the embellishing stage, which is my favorite. And then I've laid out all of the layouts are ready. Because that's how I do it. I separate it so I know I have titles for everything. I know what I want to embellish, and it's going to be so good. And shocking how bright it is. It's almost like it's totally Vicki. There's nothing dark about this collection with how I've used it. And the stencils are mind-blowing. Okay, let me get rid of my stuff. We got stuff to do. I'm going to flip the camera. And I'm going to look at your 20 million questions I missed because I'm looking at the camera. Okay? Okay. And like I said, I have a photo. We're going to do that today. We're going to do some stenciling because I want to show you the one stencil in a paper story that's a layering stencil. Chef's kiss. So much fun. So we're going to stencil a background. We're going to die cut some flowers and a title. And all I'm going to do is mat the photo. So and add a little rub on. So when you guys ask, do you have to dig into your stuff? The only thing that I'm going to use is a mat, which you could use anything you want. You don't have to use a paper story, and the rub-on. So you can decide if you want to dig into your class kit, if that's all you bought, or when you place a Halloween story, if you want to add some paper story to it, which probably not a bad idea, especially when I show you tomorrow that it's the same color palette for the two collections. So you could use almost anything from a paper story with Halloween and vice versa. So that is all Vicki has to say about that. Let's flip the camera and then I'm going to look at your questions because I'm sure I missed a lot. So really happy you guys are here with me. And I know for some of you, it sounds like a sales pitch. I'm like, dudes, this is the only time I can talk to you about anything. If it's not your jam, watch it on the rewind and fast forward through this part. But now that this is all my company, I have to share the info where people don't know. So is it a sales pitch? Not a sales pitch. It's more informative because if you don't buy any of it, I don't care. You know what I mean? You do what you want to do, but I do have to get the information out there. Okay. So let me look. I'm going to go back through. There were a whole bunch of questions. 8 o'clock. Thank you, Greta. Greta's here. She's been working her buns off, getting back from vacation. Oh, and you were asking when it's shipping. So in 2 weeks. It's going to ship in 2 weeks because we have to get some of the items to the UK and to Australia. They should be posting it. I will be in touch with Hey Little Magpie and Creative Adventures Down Under, Michelle and Sarah, to give them details, but they have limited stock because I don't think it's a huge thing in Europe and Australia, in New Zealand. So just know, you guys, if it's something you want, don't wait on it when it goes up. Because like I said, we have nothing left to send more. Greta, ask Greta. She said, dude, you didn't order enough. I'm like, I know, I was scared. And now we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm learning. Okay, I'm just making sure. Did I miss questions? Okay, I think, and if I missed it, when I answer all these, just let me know. Okay? So hello, friends. Hi, Irene. Hi, Virginia. Hello, Heather. Hi, friends. So we're question. Are there any dies in the Halloween? I answered that. So yes, there is a standalone die set and there is one stamp and die set. Wait till you see it. It's freaking gorgeous. It's why I have to go to see Valerie. I have to pick up my stamps because I didn't have them here. What is the other ones? What else did I miss? Question. I'm all about the Halloween collection. When I order the class kit from you, will I get everything I need? Yes. Everything will be in it. But remember, this is, you can buy things open stock. You can buy the kit or the bundle. But I will be making from one collection pack, one basics pack, the add-on embellishment, the stencils. I will use, even though it's not in the class kit, is the stamps, and I will use some of the dies as well, just because it's the only project I'm going to make with this before I go. So I'm going to add all the things. If you don't buy the bundle and you buy the class kit, you will just add other embellishments rather than the stamps and dies. Okay. What else did I miss? Is there an album with the paper story kit? Is that what you are making? There is an album with the kit and in the bundle. That's what I showed you. It is a basics album from 49 and Market. I'm also going to check, a lot of you guys have been asking about pocket pages, and I have, and Greta has a ton of the Vicki Boutin ones, and when I go to my shop tomorrow, I'm going to grab it. I believe they fit the 49 and Market albums and all the old Vicki Boutin ones from American Crafts, so we will get those posted if you've been looking for pocket pages that'll work. As well, 49 and Market has the 6x8 that work in those albums. The Halloween album is not a binder clip. What do you call that? Like it doesn't open. It's just like a mini album. But I'll show you that tomorrow. Doo-doo. Okay, did I miss anything? I love Sunset Beach Club too, Jan. And it has done, like, I keep thinking that we have lots left, and Greta tells me it's almost all gone. Question, I ordered the bundle. If I want the dies, right? Yes. The bundle is everything with 10% off. Correct. Question, will you be making your own albums again like you did with American Crafts? Probably, and if I do, it'll be a naked one that we can just embellish, and then I'm going to do special things that go with it. But ordering that from overseas is pricey because the size and weight. So I will do it, but I think instead of doing like 20 different styles of albums, I'm going to do a naked album that we can then just embellish and ink and do all the things with, so that it just keeps costs down. Because the albums are pricey and they just don't sell. Not everybody likes to do them, so I think that's what I'll do. When will Halloween start shipping in Canada? Canada, the US, in the end of August. Greta told me. What was the date? August 30th or something? We just have to kit it, and I'm just waiting for, there's a few items that are arriving this week. So yes, we have it. It's not going to be delayed. It's all good. Irene asked, question. Where was your question, Irene? When are your new SKUs from Sizzix coming? I saw them and they are amazing. The end of the month. So did you see them online? Because they could be out there. Sizzix is weird. Like can't share it, but stuff is posted. And I will say the designs that are coming out are amazing, if I do say so myself. So I'm quite happy with them, and that's why I did not do a lot of my own with my Christmas collection. That will just use some Sizzix stuff. So there's only, in the Christmas release, are you ready for this? There's only one die set in Christmas. There's no stamps. Because I'm like, I don't feel like we need to overdo it for your holidays. Did I miss anything? Question. Have you shared corresponding Ranger inks with Paper Story? I did a couple of times, and I will post it in the group. The group is going to be opening soon, but I'll tell you, colors that I used so far is pineapple. I used sunrise. I used early bird and cappuccino, because I feel like I need to blend these two to get a yellow that matches. So that's what I've used so far, but it doesn't mean it's what you have to use. It doesn't mean it's what you have to use. There's tons of colors that match this collection, but it's just what I've been messing around with because I wanted to keep it bright. Was Greta affected by the flooding? I don't believe she was, but it was hit pretty hard in her area, and here we got flooded too. It was crazy. I didn't, but woo! Question. There was another one, and then I think we're good. If I want both a Paper Story full bundle and the Halloween with dies, do I order them separately or can I order them together? We will ship them together, but I'm just telling you, this album is huge to ship. So let's confirm with Greta. But it is, like, I want to save you guys money, and I see people posting about, like, shipping stuff for $5. I don't know how they're doing it. We can't figure that out. It just, our boxes are big. It's big. We do not make a penny off of our shipping. We refund where we can. But when you put that album, and I'm giving you a peek, just a little peek, and I put this album in the box, it makes the boxes about 8 or 9 inches tall. So this is where we run into. Can we do it? Yes. Is it ideal? No. If you put the 2 kits in there, will we ship it? Yes, we will. So I'd say yes, you can put them in. If you want to add more Paper Story, you can totally do that too. Yeah, Irene, I'm not sharing it yet though because I feel like it takes the wind out of the sails. You guys can all go peek, but I'm not going to talk about it too much till I get to do my proper walkthrough. And that wasn't chastising you. I'm just saying I won't share it yet because I want to show you the stuff. Like I feel like what you see online is not in any way representative of how good those new Sizzix release is going to be. Okay, are we ready? Did I answer all the questions? I'm sorry for some of you guys that hate this part of it. Gotta do it because I have not been online very much at all because I've been working nonstop. So I said when I realized looking at the calendar that August is almost done, I was like, oh my goodness, I did not see a summer this year. It's kind of crazy, right? So my idea for today is I'm going to use a sheet of foundations or whatever you want. I will be, Irene, I will be. We'll do a bundle like we do. Like if you want all of it, there'll be a bundle with a discount. But I don't think they're up for sale until possibly like next week or something, or in 2 weeks. So I will let you know, but yes, I will do a bundle. And then I'm going to do a deal for the machines as well. Okay. So like I said, this weekend I went to a wedding and it was a lot of fun, and I danced my butt off with my children and their friends because I love it. I love that, and we had the best time, and that's where I was on Friday, and that's why there was no Friday Night Live. And then I was going to do one yesterday, but I didn't get dressed or brush my teeth until the afternoon because I'm old and I can't dance my butt off without repercussions with my broken knee. So yesterday wasn't happening. So I'm like, I'll still do one today. It'll be good. Right? Yeah, I'm telling you, Keisha, I do not know, like I know other companies are doing, I don't know how they're eating that. I don't know. The shipping costs have got ridiculous. It is, and what choice do we have? We have to pay it, right? So I reduce my general shipping cost to 16 US. Canada, they see exactly what the costs are because it's all just through, we do not have competitive shipping pricing in Canada. So others are doing it, and it could be volume that they get a great deal because they ship so much. I don't ship enough to get like a volume discount beyond what I get offered on Shopify. So it is, I know for a lot of people, if you're new out there, I'm going to tell you, if you are just ordering like something that's going to go in a flat mailer, yes, we can probably ship it for 9 US and we will refund the extra money. But there's a lot of things we're shipping that costs us more than 16 and we just absorb it. But I see some people talking about like shipping stuff for next to nothing. I don't know how they're doing it. I think they're just absorbing the cost. Or they ship so much, or they're using some kind of freight forwarder. I'm not sure what the dealio is. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Did you see? I was talking. Vicki. So we'll just fake it. I'll put a border on the bottom. I don't know how they're doing it. I'm not a part of the club, so I'm not aware of it, but as soon as we can figure it out. I don't want you to spend the money on the shipping. I'd rather you be able to buy product, right? Or save it for Starbucks. But yeah, we are certainly not getting rich off the shipping. If anything, it is a hindrance because there's a lot of people for the first time that come to shop on my store that probably don't because it's not Amazon or Old Navy, we're free shipping. I just can't do it. Free shipping, we wouldn't make any money. I couldn't pay all the bills, so. Here we go, right? Oh, sorry, I digress. So today, I am going to use this stencil. Look at this stencil. So what we're gonna do, this stencil, we can ink this pattern and then we can lay this pattern in between in the openings. How fun is that? So when I ink it, I'm gonna not put a ton of ink right in these middle ones. I'm gonna put more of my ink like on, like in lines. And then I'm gonna go and put another color in here. So we'll decide what my color palette is because it doesn't necessarily have to go with this collection a ton, right? but Devin has yellow on and Riley has blue, so I could certainly go in there with those colors. And then I thought it would be fun if we wanted to layer rub-ons. We'll see, because it could happen, or I might not use them. But I have some rub-ons. I grabbed some alphas because in the stamp set, it has for you. So I'm going to put happy for you. And then it's going to just, the journaling is going to be about going to the wedding and that I'm just happy for Kersey and Mackenzie and that kind of jam. And I thought I would do a couple of the flowers. So it's going to be a very simple one. This is like creating, chat and create with Vicki on a Sunday afternoon where your time investment is not going to be crazy. Are you down for that? Hola, Lizette. Hola. I need to go to Puerto Rico. It's been so long. So I'm thinking my pattern is going to be kind of inked like this, like almost like this. My photo is going to be matted here. I'm going to cluster some flowers here and in the upper corner, maybe put a little tab on it, and then my title is going to be here. So it's going to be a center clustered with lots of white space kind of design. Right? Center cluster, lots of white space kind of design. And I feel like I'm going to go in with the blue color in the background. So I'm going to go in with Early Bird. And I'm going to kind of ink and move this around with the Early Bird and then layer the other. Oh, can I get crazy? Can we layer some paste? If I do, though, I can't finish it, but we'll figure it out. I might go in with some gold glaze stencil brush. Ooh, it's going to be so much fun. So let's do it. So I just look at me, you know, typical Vicki. You never know what's going to happen. I changed my mind. So let's do that. So I am going to place this stencil. It is repositionable, meaning I can put this pattern down, reposition, and build this whole background if I wanted to. Right? I think I'll do it this way. So I'm going to ink like this. Ink like that. Okay? So I think I'll start in the middle. I'm going to start my pattern in the middle and fill from there. Here we go. So I lined it up so that this is straight to start. I'm going to use my blending tool. If you wanted to, you could totally mask it with your mint tape. If you think that you can't keep it in the space, go for it, right? I'm not going to ink right to the edges so much because then I can always just fill it in. So I'm trying to keep it, remember? No, it doesn't really matter now that I changed my plan. So I am just putting this, one of my favorite colors, this Early Bird. And just starting to build a pattern. Oh, it's going to be so pretty, friends. So you could use a foam blending tool. You could use a stencil brush with this, whatever you want to do, but watch. Because I'm going in with the gold, I don't have to be as conscious now. How pretty is that, right? And now I'm going to move that, line it up. See, I've repositioned the stencil. And I'm going to build some of that pattern over here. I'm going to move it and build a little bit more. I'm going to move it this far though. I love repositionable stencils. Look at this. And this is going to, what blue? It is Early Bird. Seriously, one of my favorites. I freaking love this ink. I love all of them. And we just, so you guys know, I just did a huge order of 49 and Market inks so we can restock and get all the bundles up. We are using, those inks are pretty much going to be just my main stamping ink. Or not stamping ink necessarily, but for sure mixed media ink. Because I love them. I love Ranger, so. Oops. Right, so let's go in, just kind of build. I don't want a big rectangle. Like I will go and add one more up here. See what I want it loose. Like it looks like old wallpaper or something, right? And when we go watermark with your, I didn't want that straight edge. Do you know how there was kind of a line there? And then let's bring this down. So do you notice how I'm not inking to the edge? I'm trying to line this up so I can use more of the center of the stencil, just so I don't have that straight edge. Question, what photo printer do you use, please and thank you? I use the Epson PictureMate 400 and I love it. Like I highly recommend that photo printer. I love Epson photo printers, but I love that one. I love that I pulled it out. I literally printed this 5 minutes before I went live. I used the app print to size, and then I went in and quickly edited it, put it into print to size, used a 4x5 size, because look at, I have I feel naked in this picture because it's a one strapper. So I was trying to cut my chest and stuff out of it so I didn't feel as exposed in the picture. So I edited it, and printed it in 5 minutes. It's that fast. I love that printer. I am going to do, now, like, let's be honest, it's probably maybe around Christmas I'll be able to do it because I overbooked myself. I can be completely honest. Crazy. My schedule is stupid. And I'm not going to be home. So for a lot of the lives and stuff, I just not going to have time to do what I normally do. There's just no gas left in the tank. And it wasn't like when I booked it all, I didn't realize I was going to start my own company this year, right? Best thing that could have ever happened. When you see creatively, I have to say the stuff that's coming down the pipeline, I don't think anybody's going to be disappointed in. The designs are just stunning. This one thing that we're coming out with is something I've talked about for a long time, and I'm very excited about it. So, but with that being said, it's been crazy. So the lives are suffering. My Instagram posts and posting on social media, I said to Greta, if you ask me right now how everything's going, I'd say great, but I feel bad because I know I'm not posting enough, but something's got to give. And I just, right? That's why I'm like, I'm still going live today because I want to talk to my friends and I want to make. Look, I want to do one that's totally separate. That's fun. Do one like that, friends. So put that on there and don't make it join. Make it look broken. And then I'm going to show you with our mister, with a little bit of water, how we can do a little bit more. Oh, I love that. Isn't that pretty? So I think, right, because we know my photo focus is going to kind of be here. My title and the flowers are going to go here. How quick was that, right? But here's the whole thing is as much as I wish I didn't have to do it at all, the only way I can communicate with you guys really is through newsletter, Facebook, and Instagram. So I'm trying to be very deliberate in my Instagram use and Facebook use, that I just go and check out the people I want to see what they're up to and not get kind of lost in all the craziness that is social media right now. It's a game. It's crazy. I don't even get to see what I want to see. And then I feel like it's all set up to make me not productive because I'm going down like rabbit holes of garbage I don't even need to be looking at. And I said to Greta that they got me. Do you guys doom scroll? And they have tricked me, and I do it. And I got to stop doing it. I like that. And you know when to stop. It's time to stop now, right? But I have found I'm a doom scroller, and I got to stop doing it. So what am I going to do now? I am very happy with that. Could I go in? Let me show you a little something, something. I'm going to get dress blues and show you adding a little dimension with a second color. So I put all my inks in order behind me. I need to label them, but I'm very proud of myself. I'm very organized right now. let's put on so we can do kind of this two-tone. You scared me, Rich Boutin. The athlete is down here and he scared me. It can be toxic, but the whole thing too is I don't want to quit it because I won't have you guys to talk to. So I have to be more deliberate and intentional with how I use it. Hello, Natalie D'Souza. I was just thinking that we haven't talked for a really long time.
That's because she's watching Narcos.
Narcos?
See you later.
Rich said you haven't been on here because you're watching Narcos. He meant to say, I don't know, I think he meant to say nachos and Narcos. So you were eating nachos watching Narcos.
You know?
Because that would be a great night, wouldn't it?
Gotta be that way all the time just because I had a stroke.
Oh, I was picking on the Boutin. Okay, so I'm going to add a second color. Do you have to do this? No. But you can if you want to just get a little crazy. And I think adding a little bit of dimension with a second blue will be fun. So I'm going to go in with Dress Blues. Love this color too. Oh, they've been good, my family, because it just been crazy. It's just been crazy. And I am very thankful for my amazing design team and Natalie. And that's what I'm saying. We have not talked in a very long time and we need to catch up. Because she has been with me since the beginning. And I have missed the D'Souza. I should text my latest TV selection to Rich. That's not a joke, Natalie. You should. He hasn't watched anything with subtitles in so long. I don't know what he's going to do. That's why when we finally get to live in Puerto Rico for 6 months, because one day I am going to live in Puerto Rico for 6 months, and I'm going to learn to speak Spanish, because I would love to be able to fluently speak Spanish. It has always been something I would love to do, and I love Puerto Rico, because I told you I'm sure I was Puerto Rican in another life. Look at how, isn't that pretty? Adding that little bit of depth. The wedding was so much fun. It was so fun. And you know Natalie, because Natalie's daughter got married. And it's just kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy seeing these kids. One, makes me feel freaking old. I will not lie about that. And I like to dance. And I don't dance to old people music. I like to cut a rug. And I like to bump and grind. I move my hips. I like to salsa dance. So when the one song came on and it was about dropping it to the floor, and I did, and Devin looked at me and she went, no. I was not like to wiggle it and drop it to the floor like I did when I was 20. So now you know why I couldn't walk the next day, but she told me no. She said no. When I was dropping it like it was hot. And my daughter said, absolutely not, Mother. I wasn't allowed. Oh, I'm sure she was, but whatever. I do what I want when I want, right? I do what I want when I want. Okay, water. So we've done this and it's very pretty, but I want to soften it a bit. So let's take some. So this, I love these misters because I can have to press it and I can just break the pattern up a little bit. So will this work on every paper? No, but it works on foundations paper because it does have a coating on it. So this water and ink is sitting on top and lets me, and don't go too crazy, but I like to break the edges up, right? Like right in here, it's a little heavy, so I want to take some of that pattern away. Ready? Paper towel, it looks like it's dirty. Oh, I might deposit some orange, but we'll try not to. I'm not rubbing it, I'm lifting those water dots. I have foundations, but I have not put it up yet, but we're working on that. Oh my goodness, do you see what I'm saying? So I do have it. I need to stock it, but as you've heard me say, it's just been a little crazy. So we do, and I'm also working on a replacement because we can't have this go away. It's kind of integral to what I do, right? If you've been around, you know that I love this background. Isn't that pretty? I have to add a little bit down here though. After I dry it, I'm gonna carry it because now it looks kind of weird. Like it needs to come down a little bit. Look at that. Isn't it pretty? Make sure you get all the little water drops up. And I'm gonna dry it because this stencil, I can go now and do a second layer. When the kids get an attitude, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. But they don't realize all the songs they're dancing to is what I was dancing to. Like, they're not new. I'm like, dudes, I was around when it first came out. So your mother was owning the club back in the day. And they are so funny because they're like, no, Mom. And I'm like, yes. I was doing this when it was originally the thing. You guys did not discover this music. There. Isn't that lovely? So see, just a little bit down here. I feel like it should have dropped down a little bit. Because it looks like there's kind of just a line right there. So let's just do, change my mind, bring it down lower so I can just do a little boop right there. Better. Watermark. And lift. Hello, Valeska. How are you? But I'm not waiting for YMCA to come on or bum, 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 bum. I'm more like Tootsie Roll. See that Tootsie Roll? That's what I'm dancing to. Does that surprise you guys? It really shouldn't. I'm very crazy. Yeah, Sweet Caroline. I will dance to it, but I'm not that generation. I'm not waiting for that. You know, I'm waiting for, you know, Pitbull. And I'm waiting for, yeah, it's crazy. Makes me laugh. It's so true. So much is not new. My 24-year-old tells me not to say stuff or do stuff too. Like I'm not cool. They don't realize how cool I was and still am. And my friends think I'm cool. Rebecca, right? My friends think I'm cool. So I love that so far. If that's all you do today, I think that this is fun. Now, let me show you how to elevate it. So we can take these, and this is going to fit. I'm not going to do all of them, but it's going to fit in the open spaces between, like that. And I'm going to do gold. But we're going to do my trick with the stencil brush and add the gold so it will dry faster. So I have these. I don't know if they're posted, and I'm going to order. They sent me a list of old Vicki Boutin that I'm going to buy all of the stock of stencil brushes, because when you're using any of the pastes, and it could be mine, it can be Simon's, whatever you're using, this stencil brush, because it's dense and it's easy to clean, is the best to use when you're stenciling paste. If you use these kind, they're too delicate, and I find it gets all gummed up. You're going to wreck these brushes. You need this old raggedy type of bristle. And see how nice and firm it is? So when I rub it, it's not bending like this. It's very nice for applying your glazes. So I'm going to have now this shimmery loveliness. Let me move my stuff. I'm going to find my little mini craft mat, okay? Because it's just easier to clean up. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of my glaze. And remember, did I tell you guys, one of the things we're going to start using, and I brought it home, this. We have a lot of these, and I feel like we need to bring this stuff back out. So I'm going to be posting these. We're going to be using this. We're going to be using a lot, right? Cosmic watercolor is gold. Okay, so that's a great question, Debbie. Thank you for asking. If you kind of use it like a paste, you can, but it is going to bleed under your stencil because it's so wet. So if you want a really little bit of water and really load your brush up and put it down, you probably could pick it up and use that as well, right? But it will bleed. This, because it's not very, it is very viscous, meaning resist flow. It won't bleed under the stencil. So you're set up to win, right? Good for you. Good for you. If you have a good dentist, there's no reason that you should freak out. Like, modern dentistry is not like it was years ago, right? You can be frozen and very well taken care of. So I'm going to put some down like this. I'm going to put one mist on my brush. 2 mists, I'm a liar. And then it just makes this flow a little easier, okay? And I'm going to load my brush up. Do I have a piece of paper? I think I do, so you can see what this is going to look like before I put it on here. So what happens now is I can put it on in a controlled gold way that dries very fast. And it almost looks burnished. Look at that. And it will dry very quickly. So I don't have to wait for it to dry. Yeah, you might have to replace it. This stuff does not last forever. It definitely dries out. But like I said, that set, you can get a whole whack of colors in, so it's totally worth it. Yep, they don't last forever. So I'm going to go in here now and add some metallic. I even hold my bristles, so I'm just controlling where the gold is going. If it gets a little dry, it's not moving very well, one blast, pick that gold up and deposit her. Oops, look how fun. And then just make sure it's lined up inside the space there. Oh, look at what's magic. This part of the stencil lines up on the pattern, and that lines up. So if you line this up with, and this, you can totally place it with ease. That's kind of magic. That Melissa, man, she's freaking smart. See what I'm getting? Some little burnished gold stars or centers. So again, I'm going to line it up. Oops, too high. Line it up. Missed my brush just because it dries pretty fast. And add some up here. Stipple it a little bit in there. Love it. And you can flip it like this too, right? To fill your spaces in. And oop, it moved on me. Let's see if I ruined everything. I don't think so. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I want to put some in where there's not necessarily a lot of the blue. Like the gold is kind of on its own. So pretty. And this is very dry on my brush right now, so I just have to do something with that. Another blast. Pick that up. Hello, Carrie. How are you? Let's soften this one up here too. If it gets a little bit of an edge on it too, sometimes I'll just go over it with my brush just to soften the edge. I love it. I want one over here, and we can call it a day for this part. Oops, forgot what I was doing. And a little mist. I think that's good. Right? I think that's good. One up here just in case, because I don't know how much my photo will fill, and then for real it's good. There. Okay, now it's good for real. And if I want to take a paintbrush and put a couple of gold drips down, I can just blend this because this is water soluble. And we can put a couple of drips on there. Not on your shirt though, Vicki. See, those drips just do something, right? They just do something. And we will let that dry. We have to do something that helps us with what we're going to stamp with the flowers. tap. Okay, good enough. Cleaning your stencil brush. Water, and then just do this till it cleans off. Do it right away or you'll wreck your brush. Okay, that's how I clean it. That you can stamp into the water into the bristles. Sorry, I can't spray it on the screen. And then just do this to clean your brush. Sorry, did I miss anything? Yeah, the cruise group for next year will not open for a while. I just can't manage them all. But if you have any questions, just email me at info@VickiBooten and VickiBooten.com and I'll answer them for you. But the cruise for October will open on Monday. I'm a little late with that one, but I will open it and then answer all questions about packing and everything. Is there anybody here who's going on that cruise with me? And I believe for the friends in Australia that Michelle has opened a group. I just haven't got there yet. You're sewing a quilt. That is awesome, right? Never enough time for all the crafting. That is actual and factual. You are, and you can't wait? Me too! It's going to be so much fun. So, we are doing a quadfolio flip book on that cruise, if Greta's still here, so I'm not saying that wrong, using a paper story, and there's going to be some surprises in there. Okay, there we go. See? Cleaned up. Clean your stuff up. I am of the school of clean it while it's wet. It's way easier. Clean up when you do it while it's all fresh. I know some people don't clean, and if that's your jam, that's fine too. It just, I am not of that school. I like to clean everything up. I like my palette knife, everything to be clean, ready for the next crafting. But I know some people who do the mixed media stuff, they love to just kind of be free with a whole thing. Well, I have competing personalities, right? I love to do the artsy stuff, but I also have control issues. Right? So there. Good enough for now. I don't have to get up and put that in the sink. And then I just put my bristles so they're nice. There we go. But what's nice with the stencil brush is that's dry already. Which cruise is a flip book? It will be the cruise in October. And then Australia cruise will be I think it's a flip book too, but using Sunset Beach Club with some surprises. And then if you're in person in Australia, oh, lovely. It will be the Sunset Beach, no, pardon me, a paper story flip book. Or something. I'm probably wrong. Quadfolio for the cruise. And it's a different album. I think I'm lying. It's a different album. It's not, all I can say is it's not the same as the weekend event. They're all brand new, different classes. Michelle doesn't even know yet the surprises. She doesn't even know. The thing that I just designed and worked on that will go into production this week. Yeah, 2 cruises in May. I'm not even there yet, Deb. Got to get through this year. Not even looking at May yet. I have 2 cruises this year before the year's out. I will be going to the Canada and New England one in October. And then I am cruising in Australia in November. Well, October, November. And then I have an in-person. Total mystery. It's very exciting too. It's going to be so much fun. Built-in technique with that. So one is a quad folio and one is a different album. And I don't know if Greta's still here because she's probably working or making supper now. So there's the base of my layout. And we know this is going to be my photo. It's going to be so cute. Yeah, Canada Cruise is going to be a paper story with a different type of album. It's a whole different class. Fun elements that are going to be added. Oh, Vicki, you didn't clean this. So same here before I put it away. Do this, and I'll show you another thing that makes this super helpful. Use your stencil brush to clean your stencil. Because, like I said, this brush is tough. And that is the easiest way. And normally I do it right away. And it also cleans my stencil brush at the same time. Okay, that's how I clean these, stencil brush. Or some kind of brush. Because if you don't get that gold off there, it changes the stencil, right? As it builds up in the opening, you don't have the integrity of the pattern. So I am of the school, unless I'm buying multiple stencils, because I want to use this with inks and I want to use it with paste, I clean my stencils between use. I know some people don't, but if I don't, you see the buildup. If I don't get that off, then every time I use this stencil, it has less detail, less detail, less detail. So, like I said, a school of clean your stencils. And that one I might have left too long before I cleaned it. We'll see. We'll soak it in water. Okay, I'm just going to throw it in the sink. And you can also use Murphy's oil soap. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you could clean it in a journal. You just have to watch, right, with the water and friction that you aren't pilling your paper. So just be careful how crazy. See how hard I was rubbing there? Because that could tear the paper in your journal. The more water and paper, right? Paper is porous. So just be conscious of that. But you most certainly could. If you've done my classes or done my Friday Night Lives for a while, you know I normally do clean my stencils right away while it's wet to get a positive and a negative pattern from your stencil. I just added all that back to my brush that I just cleaned, but it's fine. As long as it's wet, I'll be able to clean it later. So there we go. So we need to do something with these flowers. And I think let's just be traditionalists and let's stamp them. Why don't we just stamp and cut them out? We don't have to do mixed media with that. I'm just going to use the stamp and I'll use the die. Hello, Dawn. How are you? Yes, you will get a list. I will show you how I pack. It is very basic because I don't want you to bring a bunch of crap with you on a cruise ship, right? So our tools are usually very basic tool list, so that you aren't having to trudge all that stuff. So when we do this, I'm going to mat this photo for sure so it doesn't get lost in that background, right? So I'm going to use some of the 6x8 from a paper story. If you only have what you need for the kit, I would not recommend that you break into this, right? I'm going to be using it in a class. So let's decide, because really, with this, I may only want, it's a lot of pattern going on, right? So I may only want, let's decide, a little bit. I don't actually even have to use a paper story in this. I'm going to get crazy. I'm going to blend a paper story with Sunset Beach Club. because I'm crazy like that. There are things that I can still use for my rub-ons, and I can still use some Sunset Beach Club. So I might add this on here. I love it. Hello, Lindsay. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys are still finding me now that it is not as easy to find my product, right? A lot of you probably never even knew I existed. You could have been buying Vicki Boutin and didn't even know Vicki Boutin was a person, because you could have just been buying the product from your favorite scrapbook stores. And now that it's only available at vickiboutin.com, if you are a self-proclaimed, self-diagnosed hoarder, Vicki Boutin hoarder, I have taken away your ability to hoard. So I'm glad that a lot of you have found me, because I'm still here, just doing it in a different way, right? Still here, just doing it in a little bit of a different way. I like that. I'm going to add that and some flowers around here. Flowers, I'm going to mat this, and then I'm going to do my title down here. This is going to be very straightforward, but I think that will be pretty right there. I'm going to add it. I'm going to add it. I think right about there. So because this is a big pattern rub-on, I want to get in there and get at all corners of that attached, so you don't catch your paper and then move the rub-on. And then I'll just work in little sections. I'm not rubbing hard, but I want to transfer all of this doily pattern. And before I full on commit, especially all the edges, and then I often will take the side of my tool, and if you can get that paper to kind of lift and buckle, I find that it helps release the stencil. Can you hear that noise? And then before I full on commit, this is my daughter Devin and my son Riley. Yeah. Devin just celebrated her 23rd birthday. Riley's 25. And we were at one of his best friends, just got married. Kersey, who has been around here. I love that kid so much. Just, you know, his parents did such a great job. He's just a wonderful human. And they actually work together. Both of them are accountants, and they sit beside each other at work. Because I'll say, do you see Riley, Kersey? And he's like, yes, Mom, I see him. He sits right beside me. So I love that. I love that. They've been friends since grade 1. Do you call it grade 1 in the U.S.? What do you call it? Do you say grade 1? Because I know some of the stuff that we say here is not necessarily first grade. So now before I full on remove, I want to make sure I've transferred all of the art. I'm going to get my supplier to add these sticks back to my rub-ons, just so you know. I'd rather they cost a little bit more money and you get one, or I'm going to come out with a good rub-on tool that is just, you just keep it and have it. Look how pretty that is. I love it. You say first grade. Do you never say grade 1? Because we say first, but I think in Canada, do you guys agree? Do we say, I think we say grade 1 more. I say grade 1. I love the stick as well. Okay, so I'm switching this out. I want to use Sunset Beach Club because I feel like do you guys feel like that? I'm hovering between summer and going into the earthier stuff. So this is a paper story. It's freaking beautiful. So I could use, this is a scrap piece because I cut it wrong. I could use a little bit of that. And then I'm going to get something else. I'm going to use this. I love it. I'm going to use that. Grade 1. Yeah, I say grade 1. I don't say first grade. Right? I say grade 1. So I'm going to put a little bit of that dark blue close to us because I think that really makes the photo pop. And this is my fancy measuring tool. I still can't believe I cut the bottom of my photo off inadvertently. So how are you guys doing? There's a lot of my folks that have been around here for a long time. I love it. And I just hope you guys know how much I adore you and that you show up for me and that you're here doing the things still. It means the world to me. Because this year, you know, it's been a challenging year. Lots of rewards, but definitely challenges. And that you're here for all of it. And like I said, if it's not your cup of tea, just go find the flavor you like. You don't have to tell me. You know, you don't have to post it that you don't like it. I just look at it and go, okay, then it's not for you. Find something else. But if it's not going to be something that I can fix or make better, I don't need to know. So I look at it. I don't need to know. So I'm going to mat this. Are we just traditional mat? And I think I'll put it on a little jaunty angle. So I want it slightly bigger. I want the squares to finish the same. So I'm going to go to here. Do you not agree? Like, I feel like there's so much freaking negativity out there. And I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. I just don't want to be a part of it. And it's good. Like, everything happened for a reason. It all happened for a reason. It's all good. Everything's been going very well. But like I said, I will be the first to tell you I 100% way overscheduled myself. And if you've been around for a while, you might be like, what else is new? Don't you do that every year? Maybe. But just like I said, you don't have to remind me of that. You don't have to remind me of that. Oh, I love it. So I'm going to put this one on a little bit of an angle, and then this one straight, and more to the bottom. And then there's a spot for, I can put a little tab up there. Might turn it the other way though, like that. Just how I use things. I'm going to round the corners because I can. Hello, Robin. How are you? Hello, my Robin. And now when you think of it, a lot of you guys found me during COVID. And now, like, that's a long time ago now. Like, when we talk about, like, that is not as recent as I feel like it is. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like COVID is not a long ago kind of thing. Does that make sense? I'm probably not making any sense. Just pretend I am. And then when I realize it's like, that is not a long time. It's not as near. Like, it happened, you know what I'm trying to say. It happened more years ago than I considered it. I make no sense. I make no sense. It does kind of echo the stars. I like it. So it's pretty monochromatic right now, right? So we could definitely add an accent color in our florals, and we can pick it up in other things. So I'm putting some foam dots in there, as I do, because I like them. Because I haven't committed anything yet, right? I haven't committed. But I like that. And I know that my title is going to be Happy for You. Yeah, I feel like 1980 was yesterday too. I definitely am of that school as well, Julie. Happy, so H-A, I love these. Do you guys still have these? I love this set of thickers. H-A-P-P-Y is what I'm going to use. There. I'm going to switch that. This one, not the white. Love it. I love these thickers. They're probably one of my favorites. So for right now, I'm just going to stick it on here. H-A-P-P-Y. And we have to do some die cutting and stamping. Oops. So it's going to be something like this, right? Happy for you with some florals, and I might put this on a strip so it pops. That's another place I could tie a third color in, which could be the pink of my dress. But I want a couple of these flowers, right? So we can cluster some flowers here and here. And I don't think I'm going to do a butterfly. I'm just going to do the flowers and maybe a couple leaves. COVID was 2020. Right? Like, it's crazy now. Hi, Sherry. How are you? So I'm going to grab some oxide ink because I think I will be able to stamp those best in oxide. And I'm going to be crazy and I'm going to add pink on this layout. I just decided. I just got to figure out where it is because I haven't labeled them yet. Oh, I know where they are because I didn't put them in this stand. They're over here. Oh, 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 oh. So this is going to take a minute because this always does, right? Do we want some Kitsch Flamingo? Some worn lipstick? Maybe some saltwater taffy? Like we could do like a whole, ooh, look how pretty. A bunch of pinks. I kind of digging it. And we'll tie the yellow in with some fossilized amber. And then a couple of leaves. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to do my leaves with a circle punch. I'm not going to die cut them. We're only going to die cut the flowers. Okay. So this stamp set I thought I'd used. I might not have used it yet. So let's see. I was trying to find the one that I had demoed with when I took this out, but don't know if it's this one. We'll see. question. Do you add these layouts in a binder always? I would like to. I will, but I have not. I've been very bad. I have been very bad. So see, that inked up beautifully with the oxide. And let's stamp and see. Let them jiggle. I love it. These are going to be fun. So let's, but you know, you could fussy cut these if you don't feel like die cutting them. They do lend themselves this pattern. But I'm just going to go in here and stamp a bunch. And it's meant to be like that. It's supposed to be a little bajiggity. So that color was saltwater taffy. Or toffee, however you say that. Wonder if you could ombre the stamp with the ink. I could. I'll do one like that. How about that? Let's do a little saltwater taffy. You gotta be careful because you shouldn't really mix your oxides, but whatever, I don't care. Just buy another one if I get it all dirty. And I'll just clean my stamp pad off. I'm gonna take a little bit off the edges. And then I'm going to ink the edges with a little bit of the picked raspberry. Oh, I just stamped that with my photo underneath it. Lovely. And then just make sure your stamp pad isn't contaminated. It's just the nature of the oxide, right? Oh, let's do some little ones too. Hello, Sherry, welcome. Yeah, we have a lot of fun here. You really have met now amazing group of creatives. These ladies are awesome. And guys, we have guys in our group too. You have your son's wedding in 2 weeks. Congratulations, Dawn. That's so very exciting. So it's a new stamp. You could go over it with a white eraser. I'm just rubbing it with my finger. But the oxides are not bad. I feel like they will still ink nicely. I'm going to start by pressing my stamp in. I'm getting some good coverage. Very nice. What other color do I want to go in with? Some kitsch flamingo. I have the new minis too. I have to actually add those to the store. So I'm going in with a little bit of the kitsch. And I'm going to go around that with some worn lipstick. Oh, that's pretty. Do a whole one in the... And then, like I said, my friends, we have to die cut these. And to make it interesting, I think we could also add a little yellow. Some of the centers I'm going to do in yellow, but I'm going to do some of this in yellow as well. So I will do some yellow on there and then go on the edges with another color. Sure, whatever I just picked up, which this is Kitsch. And then, like I said, I'll just make sure my stamp pad is clean. Right, I'll just wipe it. Make sure I don't have yellow on there. Ooh, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Do some more. One more of those. What color do I need? I have a picked raspberry. I have a blend. I have, let's do one more lipstick. Ooh, I love it. I don't even care if these stamp perfectly, because it actually adds to the charm of the kind of little distressed flowers. And we'll make do with whatever we get out of this, because I have to die cut these, so this is going to take a minute. I like to do the things live with you, so it does end up, right, that I'm going to put yellow on the outside. And let's go in with more lipstick in the center of that. And then fill it in with some of the fossilized amber. And then, like I said, I'll just clean my stamp pad off. So that's pretty. So I'm using oxide as opposed to regular distress because it does not ink as well on the stamps, where the opacity in the oxide will give you a nicer stamped image. Let's go in with some picked raspberry. Did anybody grab their stamps? Is anybody playing along? Oh, I like that. And then let's do another of the blended ones. Yay, and you're printing your photo? I love it. What is your photo, Irene? So I went in with Kitsch Flamingo and left those open spaces that I'm going to fill in with another color. I'm going to do it with Kitsch and maybe saltwater taffy. Yeah, let's do it. You die cut flowers and butterfly. A picture of Chrissy. I love it. Chrissy is Irene's dog. And I've had the pleasure of meeting Chrissy. So if you just joined us later, don't forget, tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern, I will be on here live tomorrow. The link is up on YouTube to share with you my brand new Halloween collection. And it will go for sale at 8 o'clock Eastern. Oh, that's pretty. Now I need to put a couple centers for my flowers on here, but I feel like it's enough. I have enough, right? Step away from the stamps. I love stamping and die cutting, so. Boop. What if I do my title, the For You in gold? I have a sheet of gold right behind me. What other color do we want to do some centers in? A little bit of green. Might go in a green. Because I'm going to tie that green in with leaves, right? I'm going to get crazy. I'm going to try the crushed olive. So for my friends out there that are Canadians, do scrapbook Halloween? I'm actually excited because you're going to see in some of the Halloween release, like there's cocktails. So if you get together with your friends or you do Starbucks or something, if you decorate your front porch. So how many do I need possibly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll do one more in green because some of these I'm going to layer. I'm hoping that I can get that all on there. I love it. Woo! So this is going to take a minute now, right? Actually, I can cheat because I have multiple die sets. So I might get a second set of dies and then cut things twice just for your time's sake. Okay, friends? There. Cleaned up the stamps. I'm very excited for these. And I'm excited that we're kind of tying multiple collections in because that yellow totally works, right? And then the flowers, you could use, right? There are leaves, and there are leaves on here, but I'm opting to just cut them out with a circle punch for time's sake. Because I still have tons of work I have to do. So I want to spend time with you guys, but I also have to be conscious of getting the rest of the stuff done. So let's move this out of the way and let's do a little die cutting. And it is like watching paint dry. But when we do it live, otherwise I'd cheat and do it all ahead of time and then just come back and do it, right? So I am going to, because like I don't really dress up for Halloween or anything anymore, but I do love it. I love everything about, I love the black that's in Halloween collections. Makes my heart happy, and I know it makes Natalie's heart happy because we like to use a lot of black in our paper crafting. I'm going to get the other die pack. Just a sec, friends. It's right over here. So I'm cheating. You guys obviously won't have 2 die packs, but for time's sake, I can cut everything twice as fast if I use 2 sets of dies. And I'm going to quickly with my heat gun, because this is oxide ink and it takes a little bit longer to dry. Just make sure it's dry. So it doesn't lift when I put my tape on it. And this is one of those things we're talking about for when you're prepping this kind of stuff. If you get a new die set that you love in stamps, I really think it's worthwhile to sit down and just make like this and have a whole little Rubbermaid tin or a little box full of flowers you've already stamped and cut. So I'm going to take those two in a circle. And then we have to do something with for you. So there's things I'm going to be ordering. I'm going to order some storage for stamps and dies, because I think that will be helpful. And if I was smart, I would grab my metal, my metallic magnetic plate and do this. But for time's sake, I did not grab it already, so we'll just do this. Oh, let's cut this out. And I think I didn't go too wide. So the cutting plate is 6 inches, so I will cut this out and we'll cut these things out. What I want is I love the envelopes that are like Sizzix with a insert that is magnetic for my dies, so I can put everything in one package. Would be my choice. What do you guys think? That's my choice for storing dies, as I like that option, that it's all in one. And for the most part, my stamps and dies are always going to be 3x4, 4x6, 6x8. So I'm just going to order it so that you guys will have options for storing it. Okay, let's move this guy for a second. And then we can go to IKEA or wherever, buy the little container, and I can have all of them in there. I just dragged my finger on that. Maybe it's not as dry as I thought it was. So how's everybody doing? Have some of you guys sent your kids back to school or your grandbabies? We don't go, school doesn't start, well, we're done that now. I'm old, my kids are old. But till after Labor Day. Just crazy for me, for some of you guys that are in really, it's still super hot, that your kids are back in school. And I always wonder, do your kids' schools have air conditioning or do they just suffer? Yeah, I see it on there. It's right there. I know, I noticed when I couldn't find it for a second there and I saw it. So thank you. I did notice that I had dropped off. So thanks for hanging out with me, friends, because I know there's a lot out there that don't chat. It's not your jam. So I just want you to know I appreciate you. Like I said, I'd just be here doing it all by myself. Okay, so let's find where this fits. And that looks like it. I'm going to tack it down. And do under beside it. Tack them down together. Oh, I love it. Oop, okay. I have tape in my mouth. That's what was going on there. So I moved that one, and then I moved that one. So yes, if you use the magnetic plate, which next time we do die cutting, I will, and you're going to see how much easier this is. Because I think it's fun to show both ways. I love this. I love when the dies, you stamp it and then you cut it and you see the reveal, and it is fun. So you're saying, thank goodness for AC. School started here in Arizona this weekend. Temps are 96 to 102, right? And your daughter's school has AC as well? I don't know how they could learn anything if they didn't. It's just too stinking hot. How can you concentrate? I like that our kids' school went back after Labor Day. I don't, and that's all I've ever known. So it's very odd to me otherwise, because when I went to school, when my kids went to school, it's always after Labor Day. So for some of my Canadian friends, are there places in Canada you go back earlier than that or later? Tell me. I feel like it's a Canada-wide thing. This one reminds me of lemonade. But it wouldn't be the first time I was completely wrong on that. That it's not a Canada-wide thing. That there are kids that go back to school in the middle of the summer in Canada. I don't know. So I want to know. Yeah, Dawn, when did kids go back to school there? And I do think, like, I know when we talked about, because some don't get like the whole summer off either, right? Because you have more breaks in the winter. But Canadians, just so you know, we have a lot of long weekends. I think almost every month has a holiday in it. Am I correct in that assumption, my friends? How much did I just move that? A ton. That's why the magnetic plates. Or I'm trying to cheat and do 2 at once, which is not easy. So I don't care if that's a little bajiggity. We're just going for it, okay? After Labor Day, yeah. I believe only if school is on a modified plan here. Here in Alberta is Labor Day as well. Yeah. Yay! Friends are finding friends. I love that. I saw you. Hey, Georgia. I love it. Okay. So I now am going to lay my plates together. Like I said, this new Big Shot is the bomb diggity. The distribution of pressure is beautiful, but I always put in a shim just because if I'm using foundations paper, I just fold a piece of printer paper and add it for that little extra something of pressure. I don't know if I need it. It just makes me happy. I do it. But the pressure and the ease of using this machine, and I know for some of you, you're like, it's not easy. I need to have a motorized machine because you have arthritis or you could have issues with that. But I find this is not bad. It wheels through pretty easily. Let's see. Did I do a good job? Are they going to all pop out? And then I try to get at least 2 passes with the foam, the tape. I love it. Love it. I love that the dies curve the edges, so it kind of gets this rounded edge on it when it goes through, especially on the thicker paper. Looks like lemonade. So like I said, I'm cheating. I opened 2 die sets up. But the pressure does cut through my tape. But yes, a huge Sizzix fan. Very happy to be working with them. Their tools, dies, product, great company to work for. Love it. These are almost like sunset blossoms or blooms. Patricia, how many die cutting machines do you have? And then I'll tell you how many I have. I have 2 crickets, 3 silhouettes. I have probably 3 motorized die cutting machines. And then for these manual ones, probably 5 or 6. Because I've been doing this for so long. So I don't know how many that was. So I'm with you. But this is the only one I use now. I do have the motorized one from Sizzix as well. I've been doing this for a long time, so you have to think. I used to do a lot of stuff with scrapbook.com, so I have their motorized, and then Sizzix sent me, so when new colors come out or new models come out, I get them. You know what I mean? So I have a lot. What motorized one do you have? I have a couple of them. Well, I have the OG Tim Holtz one that looks like the suitcase, which I freaking love, but that one is only for looks now. That's a collector. Let me look, I'll tell you. I have a Gemini. I have a Sizzix switch. Sizzix switch and the Gemini are the ones that I have. And then Tim's Vagabond, which I don't even try to use. Mine still works, but I just love the looks of it, just like my typewriter from AC that never worked. And my sewing machine, from We Are, that never worked. I love them, so they're just decorative, pretty ones, right? Oh, you're called Georgia. I understand you're not from Georgia, that there's multiple Georgias here. I love that even more. Anyone here going to be in California with me at Ready, Set, Create? Will any of you guys be there? I just moved that. Did you see that happen? I moved it. What did I do? Oh, I really moved it. There. Georgia and I met via Chamel's lives. I love that. Yay! Yes, Chamel and I have been friends and known each other for years. I will hopefully get to see her when I'm in the UK next year, because I will be traveling to the UK after I teach, or before. I think it'll be after the cruise, so we'll be in Spain for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to London for a little bit. I'll have to reach out to Chamel, and hopefully she is home, and I get to see her when I go to London. It's in your backyard? Nene, you traveled so far to see me, to hang out with us at that one. That would be awesome. Well, hopefully you come. I don't know if it's open, if you're allowed to shop, or I don't want to say anything. But I would love if I could see you. I didn't know you were in California, because that is in Burbank, right? I fly into, what is it called? The, what's his name? Bob Hope Airport. Is that where I fly in? I just love going to California. So super excited to teach at that event. And then we're going to do a little like side quest while we're there. Lil and I. Yeah, and it's hard because I can reach so many more people online that now that I am a designer, the CEO, the CFO, all of the things, right? Got to stay home and do this stuff. Stay home and do this stuff. But I will not be live. Is it called John Wayne? Why did I think it was George Bush? Not Bush. I thought it was Bob Hope. I don't know. It's in Burbank. Like the hotel's right across from the airport. I literally like take the shuttle. It's right across the street from the airport. And remember, Vicki doesn't know where she is half the time when I go anywhere. I need a handler. It's no lie. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Yeah, we rent a car and then we're gonna go do something that will involve shopping and eating and sightseeing and taking photos. So when I have been before, one of the ladies that would come to the event was a lawyer at one of the movie studios. So we would get to go. I went to see Ellen twice. I got to VIP at Ellen twice. That was freaking awesome. We did the tour at one of the movie studio tours. We went to downtown LA and got back in our car. We did not feel super safe. We were trying to go, there's like a library bookstore or something down there, and when you don't know your area, sometimes it's like, I don't know if we should be walking around down here. It was probably fine, but there were a lot of homeless people, and it just felt, I don't know, because we didn't know where we were, that we looked like total tourists. And then ended up going, there's some market right downtown LA, a food market that was awesome. So we ended up doing that. But I love going to California. When I see you in April, I will probably still be in a walking boot. What surgery are you having done? What surgery are you having? Yeah, I really need to go get this x-ray of my knee because I am feeling like I might need surgical intervention because it is not getting better. I am not having any kind of relief. Almost done, friends. Whoop, whoop. So if that happens, hopefully I could have it in December so that I will be up and moving for all of the stuff I have scheduled for next year. Because I have a lot going on. There's no time for any of that stuff, right? You live in California. When I was going to school, we did not have air conditioning and it was hot. We started in September, I think. Wow. In downtown San Francisco, I don't know, is anybody here from San Francisco? I probably the first time I went to San Francisco is probably now 15 years, maybe more. I worked for 7 Gypsies. And I was teaching at an event in San Francisco with 7 Gypsies. And then I stayed with one of the ladies that worked there with me. We stayed in a beautiful hotel in San Francisco. And I found that city was gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. So I had a layover, I think, when I was going to Australia in San Francisco. And I went, I'll go and put my luggage into a place I could leave it for a couple of hours, and I'm going to go do a hop on, hop off and go around San Francisco. And I just have to say, it was not what I had experienced before. San Francisco was a beautiful city. I would tell anybody to go, and my experience was not the same the last time I went there, which was probably a year ago, 2 years ago. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? It just was not the same. Yeah, when I went before, it was stunning. Like, it was beautiful. We went and did all of that. And I have to laugh, though, when you go to San Francisco and you go across, is it the Golden Gate? Is that San Francisco? The temperature change is crazy, right? Is crazy. That you go across that bridge and then it's literally like 15 degrees colder. I had to take my jacket off and then I needed a parka. It was so freaking cold going across that bridge. But stunning. What happened to your, Dawn? I didn't catch. What happened to you? You have knee issues. Got some physio coming up. Yeah, I don't know. I was walking with Devin and I heard something click, and it has just doesn't go away. Not if I rest it. And now exercise is hard because my knee hurts so bad. And I went dancing anyway, and I paid the price. I paid the price. It was not a fun feeling. Well, I just think it's like all these bad dudes that make the drugs. The drugs are not what people were addicted to years before, right? With the fentanyl and all the rest, that it could take 1-2 time use and you are highly addicted, you know? So I just feel like as the pharmaceutical knowledge of how to make those drugs, they want you to be addicted. That's how people make money, right? So it is, I think, the drug problem. And the homeless problem, and with the everything in the world just costs so much now. Like, I don't even know how people get out of that cycle. And if you've experienced it, I have a brother who we don't know where he is. I don't know if he's alive, but he was a heroin addict, you know, and 10 years older than me. So my experience was, as a little sister, knowing what that's like, you know, and if anybody has dealt with anybody who suffers from addiction, because it is a disease, I'm sure people don't choose to be there. It can't be a lifestyle anybody would want, but it's a beast, right? Is just terrible. I don't know how you get ahead of it. I don't know how you fix it, but nobody wants to see anybody live like that. And that was what my experience was, right? When I went the last time, is there were a lot of homeless people. It was incredibly sad. Okay, 2 more passes and I'll be done, and we're ready to finish the layout. It is, and you can't judge. Like, we came from the exact same house, right? We had the same parents. He had the same opportunities. But I feel like when you get in it, it takes somebody immense strength and support. And for families, it's not easy to support people that are drug addicts, because they lie and they cheat anything for their fix, right? So if any of you are dealing with that with family members or friends, I'm sorry, it's terrible. But he was 10 years older than I was. And he was good, and he got clean, and he was living a great life. And then he started the drugs again, and we didn't hear from him anymore, right? So I have to believe he's probably not alive anymore. But it's something I think about him every single day. I'm sad and I'm mad at him. Sad and mad. But understand that, you know, just wasn't the person I knew when you're under all of that stuff. But, and you know, because I'm sure a lot of you, it's alcoholism, it's drug addiction, you know, any of it is hard. It's hard. And I don't think you should feel shame. I don't think people should feel shame when they share that. That you should be openly be able to say, you know, my son or my daughter or my sister or my mom, or, you know, I suffered from it. It is rough. And then it's mental health illness or mental health issues too, right? As people self-medicate, and then the drugs are so highly addictive that you just have another problem on top of whatever you're suffering from. Now, on top of it, you're a drug addict, right? Yeah, you never know who you can reach. And there should be no shame involved in any of that. Okay, 2 more to cut. Who knows what we're going to be talking about when you join Vicki for Scrap and Chat? Scrap and Chat, right? But this is my happy place. I don't think and I'm not, well, obviously I'm still doing it. And I've been doing this since Riley, who is 25, was 6 months old, and I'm still here. Not everybody still is, but I'd love to get people back to doing this crafting. And I'm always hoping something I do is going to resonate with some of you guys that just show up and hang out with me because you're like, it's like instead of watching Instagram or TikToks or something on Netflix, I hang out and listen to Vicki, and I like to read the comments and be part of this, but I don't craft. I've never craft, or I don't craft anymore, or I want something is going to resonate with you that makes you want to do this again. Because like I said, this makes me, I have to say, the happiest when I'm doing this. And when I'm doing it and getting to talk and chat, because I love people and I love friends, it's something magical, and it's very hard to explain. Like, I was at that wedding and people know, they're like, you travel and you're gone all the time, and what do you do? And I'm like, well, I paper craft, I scrapbook, and they're like, oh, that's cute. They don't really understand how big this is. And I always say would you call it analogy, is if I was a pro fly fisherman. If you weren't into fly fishing, you'd have no clue what this world looks like for me, right? You wouldn't get it because you'd be like, okay, that sounds like fun. But I'm like, it's so good. I would love everybody to join us and do the things, and in any way you want. If you do not do 12 by 12 scrapbook pages, you can make these into 6 by 8s. You could art journal. You could make this into a card, just no photos. I do feel like people are getting away from printing their photos again, and I'm like, we need to do that. So that's why I will sit down and show you my process with printing with my phone. Because I have to say, I own all the big cameras and all the rest of it. I tell you, I'm old and I have a hard time carrying all that heavy stuff now. So unless Rich is with me and he can carry it. Oh, I forgot. I need to cut for you. We have to decide what that's going to be in. Might be black. I might cut it in black, friends. I'll put these away in a second. So I did use 2 sets just for speed. But I find what works for you. Even if you're sitting down and doing this and you're using something else, I don't care as long as you're here. Like you're quilting. Somebody was quilting, right? I love that. Quilt away. Just glad you're here. Okay. So we know, what are this color palette remind me of? It's like school colors or something. Like it feels like school colors. So I got to break that up. So let's start looking now. So I like to take these and I like to fold my petals up so they look like freaky Dr. Seuss flowers occurring in nature. And it's not flat. And then we can layer them. We can use them individually. Remember I told you, friends, I'm going to make my leaves with a circle punch. So I'm going to grab some cardstock in a green. A light green, 2 shades of green maybe. Let's see what I got. My scraps. Of course, I have no green cardstock, just handy, because why would I? Why would it be that easy? Well, let me grab my Sizzix cardstock. See, I wanted that to be easy. Nothing is going to be easy. Nothing's going to be easy. Let's see, what's this? There. And now I'm going to grab circle punch in a couple sizes. So this might not have been the greens that I wanted, but it's the greens I have. How are you guys feeling with that? Like, I am very happy that I saw that basil is coming back, and I feel like I just need some cardstock, right? So I punch a circle, I put my circle back into the circle, and I punch an eyeball. And that is how I make leaves. When I want to quickly make leaves. My circle punch. So for my Canadians, so don't listen, US friends, I am going to be doing, eventually, Ursula's going to help me. I have tons of cardstock, and I'm going to do some huge cardstock sales in, so that I can clear it out, because I don't want it anymore. I can't use it in kits because I don't have it in the US and Canada. So I would rather, if we use cardstock, we start fresh and just order it for both. So just know that there will be some huge cardstock goodie bags. Canada only will come. I'm going to get Ursula to do a whole bunch. I have a whole bunch of goodie bag boxes, grab boxes that are going to be coming. And it will be only Canada because it's all here. But we need to start fresh so both places have the same inventory. So I'm going to go now with a smaller one, and it'll give me some smaller leaves. There. Just get some done. Okay, friends? Oops. And then I can have different sizes of leaves. And I find just doing different circle punches works because you have the different circle sizes gives you different curve. And then you could use these and sew them into your art journals or whatever. Okay. So this is going way longer than I said to my husband. I'm like, I won't be on here for a long time, because I have to go and do stuff. I have stuff I have to do. But here I am. It's what happens when you're having fun. But this just brings me joy. I got to do some mixed media, right? And then I absolutely love, so we'll make sure we have a little yellow flower down here too. So can you layer these flowers? You sure could. So I can do a double flower, I can do single flowers, right? And you could layer them offset. You could line it up a little bit more, right? If you wanted centered on there. But I kind of dig in the offset like that. Do that. And I want to tie some yellow in. And then we have this yellow one. Well, as soon as I have to die cut and do mixed media, because I'm convincing myself, Betty, that's why. Convincing myself, because I have to get in the car and drive somewhere so that I have everything I need for tomorrow, which will be fine. I'll get it all done like I always do, but I live a crazy life. So let's decide, do we want something up here? I kind of digging that. And we'll decide how this is all going, but I could put it kind of on the photo too, because there are people in the background. I kind of like that. Do you guys, I think that's pretty if I do it up the page like that. I love that. Doesn't that feel nice that you got it done? I love that for you. Sorry, the voice again. Hello, Tamia. How are you? But I do absolutely love stamp and die cutting because I just made all my own embellishments. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? It just is a totally fulfilling kind of thing. That's how I feel about it. Like I feel fulfilled when I do. And then we know that my title maybe is going to end up being here. Okay, where are you? There you are. Good morning from Australia. I love that. I need to find some new jewelry suppliers in Australia so I can order some jewelry, because you guys have the best. You know I love the jewelry and clothes when I go to Australia. So I want to make sure, if you guys are familiar with any new, and my Australian friends, any new people who make jewelry out of acrylic or clay, and it has to be big and it has to be colorful. Scissors. We got to add some foam, right? I need to find some fun stuff. Oh, the green is going to be fun. It's going to tie in some of our leaves. So, Vicki, you have inspired me in my jewelry choices lately. Now when I look at earrings, I think I want to do something like Vicki has. I have a huge collection. And Keisha made me the most beautiful, I have to show you guys. I don't know if they're still down here. I just unpacked that suitcase. The most beautiful pair of earrings that looked like they were made for Sunset Beach Club. Didn't you, Keisha? I love them. I love them. Keisha makes beautiful jewelry. But there is a lady who makes acrylic jewelry. And have you guys heard of it? It's called Boo Factory. Has anybody heard of Boo Factory? And she had moved away. And I just saw on her Instagram that she's moving back to the US. So I'll be able to buy some of her stuff. I have been good lately. I have not bought anything, because I don't go anywhere and all I do is work. So I have been better with my spending. I love it. So is this layout, when you were watching it come together, were you thinking, I don't know if I love this? What are you thinking now with the pink on the blue? Well, some of you will like it. Some are not going to like it. And you're going to tell me. And you know what I'm going to say. I do what I want anyway. Do what I want when I want. So I want to talk to you about, so I have a new thing that I'm working on, a new little sub collection that is going to come out probably in November. And maybe one more up here. And then I think I'm happy with this, because I'm going to pop that flower up. I am working on some new collector pins. I am working on a new pencil case. There are going to be some new things, some Vicki merch that I think will be fun. It's fun, right? On the blue, and then it pulls in because my dress is pink. It still has a summer vibe. I'm digging it, friends. I'm digging it. And this is why so put your hands up if you are on the fence when it comes to die cutting, stamping and die cutting, that it's not really your jam. Do you understand why I love it so much when you see this? Do you understand where I feel like there's value in it? So when you look, I'm going to be adding a border here. There's going to be a border because I want a linear element that this photo is something to rest on. So let's look. I can't use this because it's for my class, because all this stuff is cut for the class. But look at, if I put a little ruler, I'll put a little ruler right here. So I'm going to put a ledge. I need anything that is here. So you see what I'm saying? Like, imagine it's this border. So there's going to be a little ledge there. See how that will ground this photo so it's not floating? Right? So it's not floating. So I will put a border right here. This is how I will finish it. I will add a little, about 5.5 inch border that will ground the bottom of this photo. And then for sure, my happy for you is going to go in here somewhere. Like that, under the border. Will be happy. And I did not cut out for you. So I will share that. I'm going to finish gluing my stuff down. I will find a border. I will pop up some of these letters. And it's going to be like that, under, like with the border, happy. And imagine when I cut this out, how cute that's going to be. It might, I don't know what color I'm going to do it in. So it's backwards, but imagine that. Happy for you. Isn't that going to be cute? Happy for you. And I'm going to put a border here. This might be out of black. I think I'm going to do it out of black. And then I'm going to put a black, let me find one. I'm excited. Because this is another layout I didn't think was going to be so cute. And it's cute. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me just find one. Just for my crap laying around here, I can find something, I'm sure. Oh, beep. So if I tie some black up here, you know, it's a Vicki thing. I got to have my tabs on there. So I can put a little tab there. And then for you will be in black. For you will be in black. But obviously not backwards. And then let's put some green leaves in there. And then I'll tie some black in somewhere else. I could stamp the 2 or 3 of the little butterflies if I wanted to, right? I'm putting the leaves on now. I just wanted to position. But we need to commit. So I'm going to commit my mat. So get this off here again. Tweezers for the win, friends. Especially if you have fake fingernails. So for some of you, do you struggle because I'm doing one photo? Does that are you like, why the one photo? The one photo is because I have no life, and this was the photo I have. I'm not gonna lie about it. It is literally I'm just excited that I scrapbook with photos now, because I will actually have an album that all these will go in, because that is my goal now that I'm doing it more for real, right? And if this was for myself, these would probably all be 6x8, because that really is kind of where I live now. I like to scrapbook 6x8. And I know some of you do not feel that way. You are still a traditional 12x12er. I need to glue some of these down. So, okay, watch. Get that off here. I don't need it right now. Get off. Get off there, dude. Look, if I can figure that out again. I love this, friends. And I love that this just happened. This just happened, and I'm scrapbooking it. Okay, I can make it work. Did I glue it all down? Yes, I think it's secure. Hi, Natalie. I love 12x12. Too many photos, so little time. But you could alter this, right? You could add multiples to this. So here, I love this because it is craft and chat. Do you find that you definitely enjoy the technique portion and you can figure out how to make it into double page layouts? Do you struggle with that, or you're like, it's okay because I love that I'm learning something new and I could put 2 photos on here or switch up the design, but I still feel like there's value in, even if Vicki and I don't scrapbook the same? That's my question. The wedding was fabulous. And I love that kid so much. He, oops, I peeled the foam dot right off. He texted me the next day to tell me he was so glad I was there. His name is Kersey. And he is one of Riley's friends from grade 1, first grade. And it was wonderful to see him and his beautiful wife start their lives together. I told her, I said, you're going to be my other kid. Just know that. I'm going to be coming to visit you. They bought a house. I'm going to go see them. I posted the picture of my dress. You'll have to see. When I said, was anybody interested in doing a live on Saturday, which I was not able to do. I was too tired. I posted a picture of the dress. And even though like I'm an old chubby lady, I was really happy with, felt pretty. And people told me pretty, right? What collection is the tab from? Pa, pa, pa. Either Artful Moments it has to be. Because Sunset Beach Club didn't have lasers, and it is a vellum. It didn't have vellum pieces, and that's vellum and acetate. It's an acetate piece, can you tell? So I would say Sunset or Artful Moments would be my guess. I grabbed it out of a tray over there that all those pieces were sitting in. So I just had extra. Love it, commit. Love it, commit. So, okay, riddle me this, answer me the question, because I asked the question and then, like always, I digress. Help me help you. You guys are okay with that I do a single, you can figure out how to make it fit, right? You still find value in these. Because it's not like I won't do multiple photos. I do multiple photos too, but a lot of times for these craft and chats, these Fridays, or today is not Friday, it's a Sunday, that I do them as a single, but have at least upgraded with a photo. So yes, I want to hear from because there's a lot of you guys out there. There's over 200 people out there. And if you don't, I want to find ways to help you. I don't like it like that. Help you figure out how to make these into double pages. Yeah, you can add more photos, right? I feel like, and you guys share, a lot of you will share what you make on a one of these lives, and you often will add your own photos. Like you add more than what I have on there. So I feel like you guys figure that out. I'm just curious. I want to know if I'm wrong about that. I guess that's where I'm going with that. Am I wrong? Do you watch it but struggle? I just want you to see the value in doing the mixed media. Like that's very important to me is to see the value in using the die cuts, the stencils. I want there to be the education portion, right? So let me see. I learned something with everything you do. The techniques, how to use the stuff. There's the whole thing because I sell it all to you. I want you to feel supported in your purchases. Sometimes I take, sorry, they're going fast. Let me go up here. Like I would normally throw away a crooked photo of the McDonald's menu from 1984, but now I feel like it's kind of fun. I agree with that. I feel like there are no rules to this, right? You're definitely okay with singles. And I think a lot can make these into doubles, right? Like this could spread across the page, and then you could do you have options of doing things in a grid. Like there's basic design for layouts, right? I love that it inspires you to play with the stuff that you have, that so it doesn't dry out, right? I want the art part of this to feel like you can do it. I want you to feel very confident in your abilities to do some of the artsy stuff that you at first thought you couldn't do. That you're like, well, I don't feel like I'm creative like that. Or I don't like to get messy. There was nothing messy about, I don't have anything on my fingers, right? Like I feel like that wasn't too messy today, right? It was manageable. I love it. And I hope that comes across. I don't want you to feel like I'm selling you something. Because I'll tell you what I'm selling you is I want you to do it with me because it's no different if we went out for dinner and I'm eating the Brussels sprouts and you say, I hate Brussels sprouts. If you hang out with Vicki, I'm going to bother you until you try the Brussels sprouts. Because I'm like, you got to try it. You don't know if you don't like it if you don't try it. And the mixed media is the same for me. Got to do the things. Did I miss any questions? Modifying a page to add more photos is something I'm creatively able to do on my own. I love that. So you do find, you guys watching, you do find value, right? You find value in this. I want to know if you guys are out there and you're like, I never wanted to do mixed media, but something I've done has changed that for you. So now I'm going to go, ooh, I love it. Look at what's going to happen now. This is going to be magic. So now I'm strategically going to place these leaves. Like I know here, nothing's committed, so I can change anything. But here I'm going to do a 2-leaf. There's going to be 2 leaves. So maybe the bigger one here. Like that. Oh, I love it. And now it's becoming very colorful, even just with those 2 shades of leaves. Well, and I feel like you did not have to buy anything to do this today. You could use anything that you have already at home. I don't want you to feel like you're pressured to have to pay to play. That's why the Halloween classes are completely free. So if you're just finding me for the first time and you're like, oh, I want to see what that's all about, you can come and totally do the Halloween class without purchasing one thing. The only thing I'll tell you is it could be sold out if you change your mind. That's the downside. Is I love it, and I want the kit, and they're gone. Like once those are gone, they're gone. I will not be replacing or redoing Halloween. So look at, I just told you don't have to pay to play, and then just said, but guess what could happen? I don't mean it like that. Eat your Brussels sprouts. But listen, if they are Brussels sprouts with bacon and a little balsamic dressing on it, that is not like your grandma's Brussels sprouts. You know what I'm talking about? That is a whole different world. Who's enjoying this layout? I don't want those two colors together. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm all right if the other green goes in there, but not together. I need to be a purist with that one. I don't like it. Too big. Hello, Cherie. And you love it. And I'm going to have to tell you that I'm not blowing smoke when I say this. These very impromptu lives have changed everything for me. Every single page I have done lately, when we do these lives where I don't have much of a plan, and I end up freaking loving, I don't care if anybody else loves them, because I literally have been loving the pages I've made. Like, it makes me incredibly happy. This layout makes me incredibly happy. This moment made me incredibly happy to get to share that with my kids. Incredibly happy. And then to sit down and make this with you guys makes me incredibly happy. And I don't know, it's changed everything. I feel like we've been doing these lives for a very long time, but I'm getting something more out of this than I have in years. Brussels sprouts with bacon and balsamic dressing, yes. I'm not lying. Vegetables are good now. They are not boiled to death like they were when we were kids. Brussels sprouts are good. There's a place that when I go to Texas we go to called 60 Vines. Oh my gosh, I love this layout so much. I love it so much. And you know what else? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share the things because I'm a sharer of the things. The other thing that makes me almost weepy, so I won't cry, but the concept for the stencil came out of my head. I work with Melissa, who's an amazing designer, and she takes those things. Sorry, that's dragging the bar stools above me in the kitchen because I'm a girl in the basement. Because you are in the Booten house when you're here. This is not some fancy studio. It's in my basement. I got pants on. But the point I'm making is to get to sit and use this stuff. This is what I want. This is what I want for myself for next year, is that I will lovingly put kits together that are curated with product that I feel like you guys are going to enjoy to use. But the thing I'm most excited about is having time to sit and actually make with product that came out of my head. That the concept was there, and then we put it together, and I get to make something. It's kind of awesome that the stamp set, like, it's beautiful in the package, but to actually get the opportunity to sit and make something with it, with my photos, and I don't know. Even though I've been doing this now for over 20 years, it feels new and fresh. Do you guys, are you getting that vibe with what we've been doing lately? Like doing the gel plate printing, doing the mixed media. I've been scrapbooking for a long time, but I feel like what I've been coming out with product-wise and class-wise feels new and fresh. I'm just as excited to craft now as I was when I just first started, and it was all new. So I don't know. I know that sounds corny, but it's kind of how I'm feeling. Like I sit and do this with you guys and absolutely love what I get out of it. So even in a selfish way, right? I love it. Question, what size punch did you use? I just grabbed 2. So I have 1 3/4 and 2 1/4. But you could use anything. You just need a bigger one and a little bit smaller one. I don't know. Kind of special. Because when you think about it, right? It's all me now. It's all me. It is this company that I never would have done. I never would have done this. And it came out of, right, what at first was a completely stressful thing that if I wanted to keep doing this, I had to do this, or I was done scrapbooking. And it's turned out better than I could ever have hoped for. And I want you guys to love doing this. And if you're new here, keep just coming and watching all the free stuff, and then make a decision if you feel like it's like you can almost test drive, right? By watching these and deciding if it's something you want to do. And Halloween might not be for you. So you're like, even though she has a Halloween collection coming out, that's not my jam. Just keep watching. The Christmas one is going to blow your mind this year. It's so much fun. I did not go crazy with tons of SKUs, so I want it to be a reasonable one. And then there's going to be some other fun stuff coming. And one day I'll be home long enough, because I won't be home on Friday this week either. So there won't be a Friday Night Live. You won't see me for a little bit. Right? Did I glue everything? Let's check. Friends, what do you think? And you get what I'm saying, right? This is going to finish with a border. I'm going to put a border right here. Because I feel like it's floating in space. I want something that grounds the photo. So if I have a border, do I have anything here? I can just show you what I'm talking about. Some of the stuff I have is off limits. Can't use it. But you get what I'm saying, right? I'll put a border here. And then my title. And then I will post a picture of this. So the border's going to be there, and it's going to be like this. And I think I'll pop up the A with foam dots. And then this P will be flat. And then this P will be popped up. And the Y. Like that. Right? I'll put a little word on here, the 3 of us or something. And then, like I said, I will take this die and put for you, happy for you. And then I could put some journal strips right here. And we still could embellish these if we wanted. Look at, with little rhinestones, or you could put, oh, look at, friends. I have stickles right here, just waiting for this. Oh, yes, indeed. Indeedy-deedy. Look at that. They were just waiting to be used. Oh my goodness, friends, ties that gold in. They were just over there See, you're like, you planned that, Vicki. I didn't. I had these from my class in Spokane. We used it for the shell. Ooh, we have to post those too. I have to tell Greta that I have some extra shell stamps to post. I think one of you guys emailed me about it too. Stickles for the win. Oops, that one just blended. Look how fun, right? See the stickles? That's it, my friends. We did such a great job. Any questions before I have to say goodbye? It's 7 o'clock and I still have stuff I've got to go do to be ready for tomorrow. So don't forget, tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern time, I will go live here to show you my new Halloween collection. I will post a picture of this too by tomorrow at some point. I will finish it, let all that dry, die cut this in black, and we'll see, because I might put like 2 black elements in there. I don't know yet. But I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I love the pink on there. Makes me happy. We're all rosy cheeked, so the pink really helps, right? Let's look a little closer. Boop. Look at that. They're very lovely, right? And thanks for the suggestion of doing 2-toned flowers, whoever said that. I don't remember, but I love how that turned out. And then I'll be happy. I will cut this in black and pop that there. And let me flip the camera around without showing you up my nose. Just a second here. We do 2 things. Thank you, Ramblin' of Geo. Not up my nose. Woo! Had to do it fast. Don't show the people your boogers. Thank you, friends. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that on our impromptu Sunday. And if you're watching after the fact, you're not watching live, I hope you get a chance to play with whatever dies you have and stamps. I really am of the school of loving that stuff because I make the investment, but I can stamp in any color I want. I can use them for altered projects, for cards. I can use them in scrapbook pages. I can use them for an album. I could use them and frame them. I could just do a beautiful floral background. I could die cut out of my mixed media art. Like, I feel like they are great tools for your creative toolbox, and the investment is worth it. Not the mouse in the teacup, right? It just, you can do lots with it. I know not everybody loves flowers. I freaking love flowers and butterflies. They make me happy. So I'll still keep making them. We'll make other stuff. But I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for spending this Sunday afternoon with me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope to see you tomorrow when I get to share with you a Halloween story. It will not be a long one because it's a mini collection. It's just a little one for Halloween. I know a lot of you love to craft with Halloween and for Halloween, and I think you will love this release. So I will see you tomorrow. If you can join me at 7 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube, the link is already there. The video is already there, so you can set your reminder. If you haven't remembered, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss when I go live or share anything fun and new. And thumbs up the video. It helps other people find us. Because you know I don't monetize any of this stuff. I don't put ads on my stuff. Might be silly that I don't do it, but I don't. So it's there. And you can find all of this product at vickiboutin.com. All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thanks for sharing some time with me today. Bye, guys.